welcome to another episode of Just Us Dads. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Dadversation. If this is your first time, do us a favor, pause right now, head on over to YouTube and subscribe. Our channel is growing a little bit. We would love for it to reach 100 subscribers. I don't know why. It's a good round number. Not that it means anything. Yeah.
Milestone.
If you're listening to this on any audio platform, like, subscribe, comment on it, rate it, whatever you guys do on those audio platforms. We do appreciate it. Chris and George are back in studio. How's it going, boys?
I don't like the smell of baby powder.
Yeah. Right before we went on, Chris was telling us how he still uses baby powder sometimes. Strategically between the thighs, it gets sticky in there. It gets rashy.
No, it keeps it nice and dry.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if there's any other 40-year-old that does that.
The rest of them use talc powder.
I've never used powder ever in my life.
I think, you know what? I remember because my dad used to work at Avon. And he used to get boxes of shit.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I remember using it.
It works.
Yeah.
It keeps you dry. It keeps you dry.
It keeps you dry.
And
It keeps it nice and
scented.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Whole shift. 8 hours later, you're dry.
It's the ancient world's deodorant.
Doesn't it stain the clothes? Like there's no traces.
Yeah, that's why you have to wear a t-shirt.
No, it doesn't. It makes things white.
Yeah.
But you just go like this.
Shake it a little bit.
Shake it a little bit. Go like that.
People usually wash their clothes after wearing them too. That helps.
This is such a fat guy conversation. Like I'm sure the people out there that are like comfortably in their weight zone are like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
You have to be extra thin for your legs not to touch each other. Like the thighs, not touching each other. You got to be 104 pounds. No? Everyone's thighs touch.
120. 122.
Not 104, 120.
I wonder if I'm ever going to see 120 again, which I don't really think I want to.
120.
120.
That means you're dying. You're ill.
Yeah.
You're ill, and that's it. People are lined up to tell you goodbye.
That's what 120
That's
is.
what 120 means. It means you can't get some food anymore. You're done.
I feel like we should do a little update on our weight loss competition. I look at George every week, and I feel like nothing is happening for me while this guy's melting fucking fat away.
32 pounds.
Minus
You're
32 pounds, dude. Like he's fucking taking off. We're eating his
know how he's
dust.
gonna do it?
I weigh almost as much as George.
I have a feeling that my scale might be broken because it's stuck at 233.
I don't know. I've been looking at you all these weeks, and it looks like your t-shirts are all broken.
Yeah.
You're going to walk it off. This guy's going to melt it by walking.
Jeez, man. I
That's
just
the
can't
trick. Walk it.
drop it under 230. Fuck. I don't know what the problem
Count
is.
calories, man. It works. It's a guaranteed. Guaranteed.
It is.
So,
Chris isn't weighing himself.
My update is this.
Are you doing the work?
Yeah.
That's what matters.
I'm putting in the habits. I'm doing the right thing. I feel good. I've implemented a couple of things I'm going to share after I win.
He doesn't want to give us any.
His lead is so big, dude.
I'm keeping all the secrets.
I have a different approach. I'm telling George, come with me, follow my lead. And he won't come.
Because you know he won't do it.
No, last
I'm
time he
here for
came,
him.
we walked together. You didn't come. He came over here.
Two days later, I told him, let's go again. And he said, fuck off.
No. I was busy, man. I was out shopping.
I think you guys need to collaborate in order to beat me. You got to collaborate.
In order to beat him. What are you talking about? Like you're not even quantifying anything. How do you even know?
I'm not weighing myself. I'm not counting calories, and I'm going to win it. And I'm going to get to my goal, which is 180. Well, not for December, but I'm going for the goal.
Right. The ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal. So if December I'm going to win, but the ultimate goal and vision is 180.
I'm just thinking now, how do I even come close to 30 pounds?
Walk.
Follow my lead.
Yeah.
You see, if you walk an hour a day, you don't need to track anything. Walk an hour a day.
Yeah. I started see last time when you came and we walked together, George, I hadn't walked before that at least a month.
It coincides.
Maybe a little bit more.
It coincides with the last time you dropped a pound. Literally.
No, I've been up and down between 233 and 236.
Man, I'm sharing pounds. I'm not sharing my actual weight.
Yeah.
I like to think to stay a little more private.
Yeah, it's fine. No,
so
but
you're down. You're minus 32. That's awesome.
It's crazy.
And you're plus 4.
No, man, I'm -4. I can't drop lower than 7. I
Wake up earlier, walk an hour and a half, and then live the rest of your day like normal.
Yeah. See, I hadn't walked about a month and a half. We first of all, and this is an excuse, obviously, but it's a good excuse because we were destroyed at work. So now things are much better. I have way more time. It's back to kind of what it was before. So yeah, I'm gonna pick it up almost on a daily basis now.
Awesome.
So he destroyed me, dude. You have to see this guy walk. I had to film.
I was so disappointed. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was pulling.
But that's what I meant. And I love you. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't even think you're gonna be third. I think you're gonna come out 4th place. Like we're 3, but you're gonna be 4th.
By the way, since I started this, my wife has lost a good 8 pounds.
Awesome.
More than you.
Yeah, it's easier for women. No, but I should have filmed
You're
him.
completely wrong. It's harder.
Yeah, because they're
so much harder.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they're smaller bodies, smaller calorie.
You have to see this guy walk. I had envisioned you walking fast. I'm okay. He's gonna come. He probably walks. He's been doing this for a long time. That's fine. I think I can keep up. You know.
He's done 32 pounds of walking.
Dude, you don't understand, man.
Seriously, you've lost 32 pounds.
But
of walking,
but it's all in the legs. Like when I try to walk fast, I'm thinking if I swing my arms excessively fast, the legs will follow. And then I look at this guy, his arms are almost straight and it's just legs. Like, how do you even walk like that, dude? How are your arms down and your legs are moving so fast?
They are moving, but it's subtle. It's little.
You're like,
because you're going for swings.
One of these, you know, the fast walk.
I tried that, and then I thought if someone's looking at me, I look like an idiot. Let me not do that. So I just kind of swing. But
no, honestly, it doesn't matter that because we did the kilometers. We burned the calories.
Yeah. I'll tell you later where we went. I had made out a little path, and I'm like, okay, this is about 10 kilometers.
I wasn't sure he was
back and forth.
Really?
I didn't think he was making back to his.
No, man. Come on. It's the last stretch. The last
did he
3.
Did he pull like a cheeseburger out like,
like a double cheeseburger?
He had sugar packets. A little sugar boost.
No, I had made a little path. I'm like, okay, look, back and forth. It's about to come and go. It's 10 kilometers is what he wanted. I'm like, okay, we can do it, you know? So we reach one side, like we had to cross the park on one side, and then we had to cross on the other side, and all of that was like 5. And then on the way back, we're gonna do the same thing. It was 10. We reached one end, and I'm like, okay, let's turn around now and go back there. He goes, no, let's keep going. And I'm thinking, fuck, man, it's gonna be more than 10. I'm thinking, I got screwed over here.
I'm like, we have to burn 1,000, man.
And so we cross, we pass, and then at some point, dude, we reach somewhere, and he's like, okay, let's go this way. I'm like, I think my house is that way. He's like, no, it's this way. And we go over this overpass that goes over the highway.
And when I saw the highway, I realized.
Yeah, and then he's like, you're right. So we're like half onto the overpass. He's like, okay, let's just go all the way down and then come back up. And again, I'm thinking,
more kilometers.
I'm thinking this is an uphill. I got to do the uphill again on the way back.
Sorry, man. I'm gonna have to hear the recording again. I started daydreaming in the middle of that story.
That's too long.
Sorry, then at a point, I even pretended I was laughing, and then I'm like, "What am I laughing at?"
He heard training. He's like, "Shit, I dozed off. I lost you when you said you went walking."
I heard walking bridge.
Yeah. You guys were talking about trading, and I drifted off.
The problem with that.
Meanwhile, he thinks he's gonna win.
It's like you're talking to him about directions, and you didn't show him a map. He's like, I ain't following this.
Yeah. I lost you. Sorry about that.
Bridge and overpass.
Good for you, man.
Bottom line, you should have come. It was fun. It was very enjoyable. There was company because I went 2 days after that by myself, and it's like, oh man, it's long. It's long. You feel it felt so much longer.
Having company when you exercise creates the illusion of time passing faster.
For sure,
which makes it more tolerable. And staying in the game is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Training with a partner is always best.
Look. If you guys were closer, I would come. But
I knew I
wasn't going to drive 30 minutes to walk an hour.
I had suggested something. And I think it was you that said no. I suggested since you're coming here anyway every week to record, bring like a little kit. We record, and then after we're done, instead of sitting in front of my house talking for 2 hours.
No, I said yeah to that.
Did you?
Yeah, I even said I'll bring my boxing gloves and break you. You remember that?
I remember that.
I said that's fine. Yeah, let's do that.
You bring a kit, and then we finish recording. and we take off.
I even suggested I sleep over Wednesdays. I live here on Wednesday.
You know what I did today that I haven't done in 32 years?
What?
I ran for half an hour.
Oh, good for you, man.
I ran for half an hour.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
10 kilometers?
No. No.
Without
I ran for half an hour.
Straight half an hour.
And then on the way back, it was breaking points, walking.
That's incredibly
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been trying to do this since we started this, and it's and even before, because I was always power walking.
Yeah.
It was always my fear. I'm always now I forced myself.
You've unleashed another level now.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait to go tomorrow.
Because you were doing it in increments, right? You were doing like 500 meters run, 500 meter walk, 500. Yeah.
I did that for a while, and now I'm gonna switch it to minutes. So
I think you could do the Spartan race now.
I don't know about that.
The mud, what's it called? The mud.
There's Ironman, which is
that
very
about
tough,
Ironman, bro.
but there's the Spartan race. I think you could do it. That's a good.
What's the one with the mud there where there's all these obstacle courses?
I think it's that one, no?
I'll check it out. Should we do the fact check?
Check
it out.
I think it's called something mud.
Well, first, I'm gonna check what the Spartan race is.
Maybe it's a Spartan race.
There's swimming. There's running in the Spartan race.
There's swimming.
Yeah, I think there's swimming.
Everyone does it, or you can choose to do it.
I don't know, but it's something I've heard a couple of people do it, and I'm thinking that eventually it's going to be part of my goals. Not now.
Yeah,
not now.
We should do it together, and we should get a crew and film it for the podcast.
That's an awesome idea.
No?
Yeah.
So it's a series of obstacle races of varying distances and difficulty, ranging from 3 miles to marathon distances.
You could do that.
I can try.
Well, you could start.
I can try and not do well
and do it in a year. Yeah.
Like I don't mind failing.
A marathon is hard, bro.
The results people don't realize.
What's the smallest distance? What's the smallest distance? That's a Spartan race you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's no failing when you do that.
The effort is the.
You've succeeded if you've brought yourself to do it.
Yeah. I was trying to explain that to my son, because he's telling me, I'm gonna do that exercise. I'm like, why? Because it's easy. I'm like, that's the one that gives you nothing. When you do an exercise and you hate it and it's difficult and you're not good at it, that's the one that's going to give you the most results.
But wouldn't you want to let him do that so he can at least not fall in love, but at least appreciate and get used to the training and then move on since he loves it?
It depends. We're not talking about
because what if you force him to do something that he hates and then he just I'm just saying that you tell him, no, do this one, it's harder, you're going to get more out of it, it's going to be good for you, and he doesn't like it, and then he's like, oh, screw training. Whereas if he did something that he liked and he just slowly got into the the mentality of, oh, I want to train more because I like it, it's fun, and then slowly you start transitioning. By the way, we're talking about a 7-year-old kid here.
Just turned 8. No, I found a different way of motivating him. I asked him, do you want to develop more or less? Do you want to get bigger? Do you want to get stronger? Do you want it to show more?
Yeah.
What do you want? And he wants all of the above.
Right.
All you have to do what's harder.
Everybody wants all the above.
That's why he does. Now he's been doing chin-ups. He's able to do a couple.
I cannot remember the last time I did a chin-up.
I've never done a chin-up.
I could do a few.
Now?
Even now, yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
A few means 2 or 3.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah.
I think I could probably pull off 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But 5, 10. I remember when I did the Power 90 program, and like you're about to think, bro, that's, first of all, by the way, guys, that's a great program. And it's not sponsored or anything. It's a whole kit. It comes with a bar. You put it. And it was great. That was one of the most effective things. But then I screwed up.
Let me just say something.
And it's for 90 days, obviously. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but the Power 90, people that are in shape, healthy, and fit, it's part of their routine. But for us, it's like, I tried it once,
No, I did the program 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. Like back to back. Okay. Like I finished it, then I did another 3 months, and then
I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody who tells me, oh, I've been doing this new thing, it works amazing. I've been doing this, it works great. There's only one thing that's working: your effort. That's the only thing. Everything works. They all work. All the tricks, all the exercise programs, all the diets, they all work. Yeah. The only thing that makes it effective is you trying.
It's
not lying to yourself.
And what you sustain.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's because there's a million programs and people think like this one works. It's not that it works. It's just that you like it better than the rest that you've done. It works better for you, which is why you're doing it.
Yeah, it's a question of commitment and effort.
But like we said before, man, in any of these things, I think the key part is the discipline aspect. If you don't discipline yourself, like I mean, forget about it. You can't you can't keep up with any program. That's the hardest thing.
The philosophy that I always say is always learn discipline and embrace suffering.
Yeah, for everything. For everything.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So
that was like Tony Robbins with Jordan Peterson in there.
Oh,
I've been saying this since the first time I.
So your kid is getting into it. He likes it.
I think I'm gonna get some kind of exercise set with weights, little. Just to. I know he wants it.
Something must be out there, for kids, like a little.
No kids, no. He's gonna get a full one. It's just you're gonna put kid weights.
Yeah, like little 5s and 10s. He can probably do those,
but I'm talking about something with like a pulley system.
Oh, like a whole unit kind of thing. Yeah.
Just one isolated thing where you adjust the pulley system to go from up to bottom to do different.
Right.
There used to be this thing about kids that would start weights very young and
stops the growth.
Yeah.
Lou Ferrigno's 6'5". He started at 9 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying I don't know.
No, I know I've heard it, but I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna encourage him to do heavy weights.
It's just about dispelling the myth. I don't know if it's a myth.
I used to do weights when I was a kid too. My friend's brother used to have weights, and we used to go to his house all summer and just do weights all the time, like maniacs. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
That young? 9 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We were trying.
Yeah. I just put Maria in gymnastics.
I'm 6'3".
And how is that?
She loves it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, Emma used to love gymnastics too, and then we stopped because of COVID. We should look into it. She loved it.
She loves
it. From everything, she loved gymnastics
more than swimming.
No, swimming. She likes swimming too.
They all love swimming.
Swimming they love.
Swimming
is not. Yeah, swimming is just there.
We're starting them again now.
No, swimming is fun because I mean, it's which kid doesn't like it? I mean, my young one doesn't like it.
No,
but when I compare to when Emma was her age too, Emma too was a little reluctant. She always found the water cold, and then as she grew older, she loved it. She didn't care.
Princesses.
But the problem is that Emma, there was this transition where she went from hating it to not wanting to get in the water to liking it, which is something that we missed with Eliana because of COVID. So I mean, taking her now and saying we could go swimming, I'm like, well, what are you talking about? No, again, there hasn't been that transition period. I don't know, whatever.
Now my other guy, he doesn't like sports.
Doesn't want anything to know about
he loves playing.
Yeah.
Like to do it more with a focus. No, 0.
Yeah.
0. Swimming he likes. Soccer, he ran off the field, he abandoned the team in the middle of the game, just left.
Oh man.
How embarrassing is that as a parent? You're sitting in the crowd. You're like, okay, let's go, boys, let's go. And then you just see one guy running off.
And the parent running behind him.
George gets up.
That's mine.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. I gotta go get my kid. Sorry about that. Sorry, coach.
At his games, honestly, I would like stand by myself. Because I knew there was gonna be an incident. I didn't want to hear them talking about us.
Yeah, it's about finding what he likes. So look, if you like swimming, you focus on swimming.
Yeah. Now they started it again. So
they did. I have to look into it.
Yeah.
What's
actually no, it's not. I'm sorry.
Everything started.
It's a private thing. Not where we were going was the city.
Public. Yeah.
So it was bigger groups.
Yeah. So now what? It's just a smaller group, or it's just them and the teacher?
Well, it's my boys and the teacher.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, just private lessons, one-on-one.
Costs a little more, but whatever, it's worth it.
At least they're getting their dose.
That's it. And honestly, this summer, they both just started swimming. Especially Philip first.
Yeah, I saw him here when they came.
He was just staring at him. He puts his head in the water. He was looking for something. They just threw his feet back and just. He was swimming, just like that.
Sometimes if they see other older kids, that's what that's what usually gets them. Yeah. Like that's how Emma started swimming better because she was looking at John Neva's kid. He's older, right? So she's like, oh, okay, he's going underwater. He's picking up stuff from the floor. Shit, I got to do that too. But she's very competitive too. She's like, everything is a competition.
That's good.
Good.
Oh my God, bro,
I love that,
dude. Putting on pajamas. She's like, okay, I'm gonna beat you. You're getting dressed, man. I beat you. Putting on pajamas, competing with a 3-year-old.
Don't you love that? Though?
Yeah, I love it. It's funny, because the funny thing is not Emma. Emma, like I think she knows that it's for fun. But it's to see the little one. She's like, Papa. It's like she wants help to get dressed. Okay, dress me faster. Yeah. No, super competitive. Like everything she does. It's like in her head, it's like, I got to win. I got to put my shoes fast. Like everything has to be fast. It's like, relax. And what worries me is that now she's starting to read. And it's like, instead of focusing, she tries to guess what the word is. And I'm telling you, stop guessing, man. First of all, I don't even know if that's normal. I can't remember how I did it when I was her age.
They do.
But it's like, I'm trying, okay, what letter is it? Okay, next. So we're trying to explain to her how to read, how to go about it with the, with the technique that, the teachers are reading. Because, they do like syllables kind of thing. And she's like, milk. I'm like, is that what it says? Just because it starts with an M or whatever, some dumb example I'm giving. But yeah, it's like everything has to be fast. Everything. I guess it's a good thing. I don't know.
Whatever. Just
a little competition is good.
Give her your wisdom.
A little
competition is good. To you need both sides. Sometimes it's okay to lose to keep the other person happy. Oof. To maintain a social.
I don't know about that one.
No, I mean if you're only playing with your sister all day. And you're always beating her. Then you lose the social aspect. You're always beating your friends at something they don't want to play with you after.
Yeah.
Sometimes the company is important too.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Well said.
You know what happened the other day? And I think I sent you guys a text, which has never, at some point it's like, life gets a little repetitive. Your kids are doing the same thing all the time. They say the same things, and you kind of expect it, whatever. And then
they throw a chair to teach you.
The stool. So I think it was a weekend. It was a Saturday or something, whatever. So we wake up. The girls are in bed, so they came in the middle of the night. So everything is fine, whatever. So now she can control the remote. She's a pro. She knows how to go on all the different apps, Disney, whatever. She knows every show. That show's on Netflix and that show's on Disney. So she knows how to navigate the things. Anyway, so they start watching TV. Everyone is happy, blah, blah, blah. So we wake up in the morning, like, what are you guys doing? Why are you in my bed? Like jokingly, right? They're like, blah, blah, whatever. And then at some point she pulls this curveball. She's like, Baba, what was your favorite part about yesterday? And I'm like, first of all, who asks that kind of question?
Teacher,
you know what I mean? I don't know.
That's a question a teacher would ask.
Definitely.
Yeah, like what was your favorite part about the day? Like what did you like the most? She caught me a little off guard. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting question for like a 7-year-old. 6, 7-year-old. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, my favorite part is waking up with you and your mom and your sister in bed. It makes me happy.
Save.
And then, so we played that look at.
What a great answer, but you lied.
Yeah, because I hate.
Because you woke up saying, why don't you get the fuck out of my bed? I want my fucking bed.
Sleeping in literally 2 feet.
Yeah,
that's the space.
I can't turn. I'm almost stuck on the same shoulder.
No, you got, on it's my left.
It's on my right.
Even on the king size bed.
Yeah, bro. They own the place.
Look,
because if you turn, you're going to turn on them.
It's not that. No.
And then sometimes you go to turn and there's a leg there.
That's the thing. That's the problem. The problem isn't that they're in bed. The problem is that one of them comes on one edge, so next to my wife, and it's usually Emma. So she sleeps straight.
Have brought your brother-in-law for this conversation.
My brother, poor guy, sleeps on the couch.
She sleeps on one of the kids' beds.
Who's that?
My brother. All the kids go in bed. He's like,
this is the only person I've spoken to about this that hates it more than me. He hates it so bad.
So Emma comes, she sleeps next to my wife, like on the edge. She's usually okay. Then my wife, and then when the little one comes, it's horizontal. It's like diagonal, like.
My wife sleeps diagonal.
Oh my God. And you know what? My wife has a little diagonal.
It ends up.
So when the little one comes, already she's diagonal, but then she pushes it even more, like closer to a horizontal line. So that leaves me
you have 2 feet at the shoulders and maybe 10 inches at the feet.
Yeah. But you're right. She's like, what's your favorite part? I'm like, yeah, waking up with you. Meanwhile, I'm thinking I've been sleeping on a space of 2 feet for the last year or whatever. But it got the point is that it got me thinking. It's like, it's interesting how these kids think. It's like, do you have a favorite part? You know how they think, like, what's your favorite color? Like, what's your favorite clothes? What are your favorite shoes? And then she throws out, what's your favorite day? What was your favorite part about the day? And it's funny because we don't think about these things, right? I mean, we live our lives every single day going through that routine and waking up, preparing them, school, work, and we don't think it was nice spending time with them or drawing with them, or like we fall into this routine that we kind of ignore these things, and it was just I don't know. I think it was.
Now that Emma's not here, and I'm going to ask you the same question. What was your favorite part of that day?
I don't know, man. But dude, you think I remember what my days like? Do you remember what your days like? What's your favorite part about your day? Like, I don't know.
Depends if I got a call or an email from the team. It usually affects my day a lot. But yesterday, it wasn't the worst part of my day. It was the worst part of my day was when my stove had a little fire.
What do you mean? At home?
Yeah, just black smoke.
Oh yeah. What happened to the blow dryer last night?
Like a fuse burnt or what?
Fuse. What is this? The fucking stove from the 70s?
I don't know, man.
Hot point.
How does it go? Like what? There's like a bad connection. What happens?
I'm sure
it's an element.
It was the wire. I'm sure it's the wire that feeds from the knob, from the thermostat to the knob and so on.
Yeah.
So one of those wires must have fried.
Oh,
it's a common.
So now you need a new stove. Because they don't repair
that. Not repair that. What is this? 70s.
Again,
throw it out. No.
How many times?
I'm gonna open it, look at it. If I can't do it, I'm gonna dump it.
How many times have your parents called a repairman for the stove?
Yeah, it's the guy who DJ'd the weddings too.
to change the element.
Not in my house.
No,
my father used to do.
He did everything. He still does everything.
My father.
On the new ones, it's a little digital, man.
The blow dryer went off yesterday.
Yeah,
blew.
Yeah.
He had a wire.
My dad had it fixed today. Like he came over, here's your blow dryer. That's it. Done.
End
of transaction.
He had
found the burnt wire. He soldered it.
He had spare wires in the garage somewhere. He's been collecting them.
My dad has fixed so many things in the house that if you ask him about prices today, what does a plumber cost? He doesn't know. Let's say he knows how to fix everything.
Yeah.
But let's say you ask him, what does it cost to change this valve?
Yeah.
He's gonna tell you, $75.
Hold on, let's be clear. He knows how to make things functional.
Yeah.
It's not always pretty.
No.
But he definitely knows how to make them work.
It's functionality.
Functionality. I can still use this.
Look, aesthetics is priority number 10. Right? It's functionality, cost, functionality, cost. And then at the end, aesthetics. Maybe if we have time.
My father fixed everything too, except for when it came to electrical stuff. He didn't touch it. He didn't touch
plumbing, everything.
He didn't touch. And obviously, because I had an uncle who was
obsessed with nails. These guys, nails and hammer.
You know, he was a repairman. Like he knew his stuff, so he would always call him. So when the washing machine blew up, he would call him. The stove, it was my,
And I remember him not giving up. Was it a Kenwood? It was some kind of old stove.
Who's this? Your dad?
Yeah.
And the beige one there.
Yeah,
it was a Kenwood.
Yeah. It was a Kenwood.
Beige one. Everyone had the same one.
I had a beige hot point.
And then the element burned, and he couldn't find a replacement. And you know what? I remember driving with him. I was like,
the scrapyard.
Oh man, I don't know where we drove, but we drove far.
That's not the question. That's not the point.
But
the point
he found
is
the piece.
The point isn't where you drove. The point is back in the day. How did he even find out the place?
Where asked somebody.
Because now it's easy. Internet, pieces, model, serial number.
I always remember Crevenet regular. The top paper. There was always a prize with a thing. Go and get it. Here. When you come back from school, go and get this.
And how funny were those number 2s?
Yeah, they look like Zeds.
Sometimes they make the double loop.
So many.
Double loop. It's like a piece of a fence, but you know.
No. But they just didn't want to give up.
No.
You know what? My dad loves it so much that at my house, even though I could repair it, I don't. I'd rather call him and give him that satisfaction.
Tom to come to my place, my stove.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you'll fix it.
Tom,
he'll fix it.
But he needs a ride, huh?
Yeah.
I'll find another guy.
Yeah, he needs a ride.
Bring it. Trevor.
Sure, and then we'll go for a walk.
That's it. With your dad.
My dad walks a lot.
I know that.
For sure he walks a lot.
He walks all the time. And now he bikes too.
That's the funniest thing, man. Guys, no joke. My father did not ride a bike.
He bikes.
Hold on. Did he ride a bike his whole life, or did he just recently teach himself?
Well, he rode a bike in his village.
They did.
Yeah.
Back then,
they had bikes.
He had a bad accident.
He must have been born.
He had stopped. He had stopped for a while, and then he picked it up when he retired.
Wow.
But now he loves it.
I don't think my parents.
That's his thing. And he comes back, he balances the bike with the bags, right? He has the right amount, 30 pounds here, 30 pounds there.
Why doesn't he fix like a little basket?
Because then he will look like he works for JPA.
You might get hired.
Like a little, that little basket.
Remember
It's
those?
perfect. Yeah, of course.
Have you guys ever ridden one of those? You know
No.
how hard they are to manage?
Are they?
Yeah, I remember the Delta guy. He knew my neighbor, and I'm like, let me take.
They had
this.
2 wheels though.
2 wheels in the front.
The front,
Yeah.
That thing, because of the 2 wheels, the traction, it was so hard to maneuver.
Oh, yeah.
You could crash into things so easily. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Good luck with the stove.
Just get another one.
I think I will. It's time to replace the trio, dishwasher, stove, fridge.
I called a repairman.
I've had them for over 10 years.
I called a repairman actually a week ago, 2 weeks ago, to replace the gasket on the washing machine.
I did that myself.
Yeah, I was gonna do it myself too, but because they're stacked, I didn't know that you had to disassemble the whole thing. The whole thing has to come out.
Yeah,
you have to everything. The whole thing has to come apart.
So it was
Everything. Yeah. No, it was how much did we pay?
Well, it's 3 hours.
It was $300, something like that, $250, something like that, around there.
The washer costs pennies.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Better than buying a new washer, honestly.
If you ask my dad, $45.
I couldn't find the gasket, so then my wife found it, and then it was a place, and like, do you want a repairman? And she's like, how much is it? So the gasket itself was like $180 or $150, and then she's like, do you want to replace it? And I'm thinking, no. I'm like, how much is the repairman? The guy cost like $120 or something like that, you know?
And you have the reassurance.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what, man? The guy knows what he's doing. He's gonna come like in half an hour. He's done.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm like, just tell the guy to come. I'm like, man, for $120, just pay the guy to do it. You know? So you're sure? I can call my dad. You can do it together. I'm like, no, I'm definitely sure.
His ego got a hit.
No, because I don't think so. I think he just didn't want to spend time with him.
No, it's not that. It's just that.
It sounds like it's that.
Screw it. Call it the condition. Oh my god. So yeah. So going back to what my daughter said. I mean, because I'm still thinking about it. And I'm like, what was the nice part about your day? And I just find that we don't think about that, very often, right? I mean,
I started.
Yeah.
Like, for yourself, or are you asking them?
It's been maybe for me, and I teach them to think like that. At least maybe 3 years now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Highlight of the day in the morning. You visualize what you want.
I do. I have a tendency of gauging my day too.
Yeah.
But not to pinpoint the best part of it, but gauging my day in a whole.
No. How do you do that? But so you did it in the beginning of the day for like you. So you determine what was nice about the day before, or what's going to be nice today.
No. Yeah. Let's say you want to, I don't know, get that job. Well, you think about it. Let's say you want to get an investor. You think about it. Let's say you want to do well, and you think about it. And then at the end of the day, it's like you go through the day and you're like, okay, this was good. How did it feel? And how can I get more of these?
I think it's an interesting thing to put in practice, right? To develop as a habit. And like to kind of reassess, like at the end of the day, how did it go?
It's good.
Did I do good? Did I do bad? What happened that was good? What happened that was bad? How did I handle it? How did I mishandle it, or whatever, But I found it interesting. Like, see, it's easy for people like us to kind of, get into that kind of mentality and say, look, I'm going to change the way I see things. I'm going to change the way I plan, organize myself, organize my thoughts, and get my days down on paper. Like I know, a couple years ago, I tried to keep an agenda. I failed miserably at it. It's just not me, Like I'm keeping a journal. Like I can't do that, and that kind of put things back into perspective. And especially coming from a 6-year-old, where it's like, what the hell do you know, man? You know what I mean? But obviously they don't think, like, that's what I found interesting, that they don't think the way that you think.
Well, they don't have the pressures.
No.
Right?
They don't, like, their mentality isn't what ours is, to the point where like, this is what maybe I should be doing, right? Documenting my days.
They have a pleasant approach.
For them, it's like, oh, this is so fun. What is your favorite part? Like, it's so innocent, you know? Yeah. And yet it's like something that we should be doing at the age of 40. Yeah. And they're doing it subconsciously at the age of 6.
Yeah. It is a good thing. It is a good thing. But it will change. It will change as they get older.
Yeah. They ask you less. Yeah. They actually avoid you a little more and more.
Yeah. No, but you tend to go into a mentality where it's like you don't focus on the favorite part of the day. You try to make everything a good part of the day, right? Yeah. That's the next step. So it's like you're not actually. That reminded me of Romalo's when we had the mess. That will be a story for another time.
Yeah.
But What was I saying? Yeah. So you want to focus on having everything be the favorite part, right? Because then you could get into the trap of thinking that you're only going to do what you like. And then you can also flip it on its side and say, well, I'm going to start liking everything I do. So then you start experiencing everything, and everything you experience is good, right? But that has to come a little bit later.
So your kids are they still in it? Like you're still trying to get them to do that exercise or
every day? Well, look, Maria, because you want to somehow teach optimism, because optimism is good, even if it's delusional.
So let's start with that. So
you're better off. You know what? You're better off if you're going to be wrong. You're better off being wrong optimistically. Right?
So like for her, like as a kid now, okay, because we're gonna take it different because your kid is old.
Because obviously this was a comment that came from Emma, right?
Yeah.
So Maria is close to that age, so everything is your favorite. This your favorite color. So I tend to keep that optimism. With Gerasim, it's different. We went through that. Yeah. So him, it's like our conversations. I'm not gonna ask him what's your favorite thing. Actually, I do ask him sometimes, who's your favorite teacher and why. But I'm interested in the why, not the who.
Yeah.
But with him, it's different. It's different.
Like it's a different process. Like, what did you do today? Was it fun? Like, did you? I don't know. Did you ask how was your soccer practice? Or
yeah, but ask him specific things. I'm more specific. I'm not very it's not generic, and that's just
so ask him like
that's our relationship.
What's your favorite vulgar lyrics?
Yeah,
what's your favorite rap lyric?
No, but I would ask him. That.
I said vulgar.
I would ask him that. It's like, hey, sing me something. You know?
No way.
Yeah, I don't. You know. But it's the advice that's different, man. It's like, he's older now. He's high school, phone.
There's certain things you don't need to mention.
He has his own desk. He's in his room now. The not the PlayStation. What is it? The Xbox is in his room. You know,
he's building his own little bubble.
Yeah. So I treat him differently.
Like his little independence.
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, his autonomy, independence. I try to like protect the dignity a little bit. You know, I'm not on him too much. I show him trust.
Yeah,
but I want him. You know.
By the way, how's that going? Because we had an episode where I can't remember if we were recording or not, where we were discussing you and the reluctance you had about getting him a phone in high school. That finally you did.
We were recording that one.
We were recording. Okay, I can't remember which episode.
I got the phone.
So how's that going?
The phone is good, man. It's a phone.
It's his grandmother's old phone.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. For them, it's a phone.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna pay for it.
2 generations old.
Yeah.
Which by the way, they're still very good.
Yeah,
it's just that
there's no data.
No data plan. He could only use Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because I don't want him walking like a zombie like this.
Right.
But he could use Wi-Fi.
That's smart.
You could use Wi-Fi.
So in school, obviously they're hooked. They're connected in school, I guess.
For some things, yeah. He has his own Chromebook, right? So he has a little laptop. I just want the phone where I could reach him, text him. He could text us if there's. That's it. So I was like, I got convinced.
And are you using it at all? Are you communicating with him during the day? Like, hey, how's it
very
going?
little.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's say it's like whatever. He's late, or it's like, are you coming to practice? Or are you going to practice? Are you coming home? But I text him maybe twice a week.
You text stuff like, "Did you forget us?
No.
Do you still love us?
Who loves you more than I do? Never forget that. Wherever you go."
That's crazy. Yeah. No, I like the conversation. Yeah, the conversations are getting interesting.
It's finally interesting. Say it right. It's finally interesting. Well, it's not about diapers, and it's not about caca. It's not about poo poo, and it's not about farts. And about
it's interesting conversations because you're talking with a young adult, and the questions that they have, I assume, because I'm not there yet, would be like life-altering questions. Like it's about how do I do this in my life, or how do I go about this? Do you have any advice on that, Dad?
No, not that deep yet.
Yeah, no. They don't ask for advice. They know everything at that point.
Right.
So you have to be smart. You got to give them the advice without them thinking it's advice.
Right.
Or set them up to fail so they could come to you.
So like I brought him for school when you started. I'm like, look, you're going to learn. You can do whatever you want. We'll talk. You're going to be exposed to concepts, ideas, things that you may agree, you may not agree. That's fine. I'm always here. That's all I said. I'm always here. If you ever need to come and talk to me, I'm here. But it's not like you must talk to me for, whatever. So I go to him, I give him 2 pieces of advice. So, and then he looked at me like, no, man. But it was funny because I go to him, all I want is 1, ask every day an interesting question to whoever.
Oh, okay.
I want interesting questions. Questions are important. Answers give a lot of information. So it was like, that's weird,
Like, why do I talk? Why would I want to talk to people? Like, what am I going to ask?
Yeah. Philosophical.
Yeah. And then 2, you got to get out of your comfort zone. So it's like, whatever, you know what? Nobody's picking up their hand. Pick up your hand, give an answer. If somebody says, I need a volunteer, I want you to jump there. Like whatever's uncomfortable, I want you to get yourself in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's like I gotta look like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah. Because he's a very reserved kid. Eh? He's in. Yeah.
Well, kids don't think like that. They don't think of the advantages of doing that.
No,
they think of fuck off, I'm comfortable.
There you go. So I keep saying that's what I drill almost every day. And you know what?
Yeah.
You know, like last time he had to go to
there's kids his age who hide behind their parents still.
Yeah. So he had to be a clown. He had to work stuff for drama class. And
there's drama class.
Yeah. They do.
And how's he? Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, it gets him out of his shell, kind of thing.
And he asked the question.
Expresses himself.
You know what? I asked the question. So I'm like, hey, not bad.
Yeah, not to be the shy kid in the class that barely ever speaks. But then again, it's not that bad.
They're not shy with their teachers. They're shy from their friends.
No, there are some kids that I remember, in school, there were kids that you would barely hear from them. Yeah. Like, of course, that Sonny would never talk.
Never.
Stop saying names on the show.
It's okay. He's a great kid. We love him. But he never
proposed to his wife without talking.
He just winked.
Eh?
He went,
yeah, great kid, very shy, very reserved, never spoke.
Look, every kid's different. Like this is obviously my relationship with my kid, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a different one. You're gonna have a different one, and it's also the values that I want to push. Like whatever I saw that I messed up on, or that I didn't do properly. Sorry, is what I'm trying to push on him, and he's gonna have different ideas, and he's asking me these questions, and I do look at the books, you know. Last time they were talking about sexuality and gender, stuff like that. I wanted to know, you know.
Guaranteed I'm reading the book.
I didn't challenge anything, but it was like, let me hear it, you know.
Guaranteed I'm reading. Of course, not to challenge the teacher, but I want to know what they're teaching these kids.
You don't want to challenge her, you want to threaten her.
No, but it's like, you're right. No, I'm totally gonna start reading books.
Let me read this, you know. And at the same time, I have him reading the books I want him to read.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this is school, and this is we read together.
Does he?
Yeah.
He reads. He's a reader.
He reads.
And
then I test him. Yeah, I test him. It's like,
I hate reading.
And I know the chapters by heart.
I never read two when I was little.
I hated reading as a pastime and like impossible.
I started reading late in life.
Yeah. Oh, it's a must now.
Yeah. Like I'm looking forward to my kids going to high school because I don't remember.
You're the only anything about that. You're the first parent I've ever heard say that in my life.
No, in relation to what you said about reading the books, like I'm looking forward to studying again the math. I don't remember anything about Sec 4 or 5.
It's more about
George. The math is not the same.
I don't. But just out of, I'm like, what was it again?
Differently, man.
No.
Whatever it was.
Let me just say on the
remember
math,
those formula that A parenthèse A times B.
That's called
algebra. Whatever it is, algebra.
No. But let me.
I don't remember how to do those formulas anymore.
Math is no longer math. I don't know what they're doing. I don't want to denigrate the system, but there's certain operations, mathematical operations and iterations that should take seconds. The way they're teaching it now, man, it's like you need a day.
Why?
You need a whole day to solve the equation.
Because they want to get their brains working.
No, because they
we had a teacher. Look, we had a teacher in high school, and you remember him?
Compartmentalize every.
I don't know about that because look, we had a math teacher in high school. He was amazing. He was very tough, and he never cared about the answer. Like he didn't care if you got the answer wrong. He wanted to see how you got to the answer.
The logic break.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, remember, no calculators, nothing. I want to see how you get to the answer. You know what I mean?
Correct exams too with my students. It's like if the problem is on 20 points, I think 18 are on maybe more on the démarche, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about the answer.
Yeah.
You could have cheated. You could have guessed it.
So that's why I'm saying maybe it's good that they make them go the long route.
No, because this is like based like I can't really explain it without actually showing you. But the idea is, let's say you have some kind of multiplication. You put them in groups, and then you do like 10 rounds, and then you fill the circles, and then you
what?
Yeah. Stuff like that. You'll get there.
Oh my god!
And it's almost
they're called planche.
You're almost at the point where it's like this is harder. You're wasting like brain power.
Yeah.
You know, you're wasting brain power on that. That's not, anyways, whatever. I'm not an expert in this field. I just did math. I did very advanced math. I use math in my job, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it's like
how long they've been doing it like this?
For a long time. I think this is the newer form.
Like when you say long time.
Well,
are they in the workforce? The kids have started this?
No.
Not yet.
No.
That's when we're gonna know.
That's when we're gonna know. But it's just not the right way.
Yeah. Look,
because the brain, like if you think about it, everyone's a reductionist. Everyone wants to get the simplified form very, very quick, right? That's how you think.
Yeah.
That's why lazy people will get things done, because it's like, okay, what's the shortest path?
Yeah.
What's the path of least resistance?
The straightest line to A and B.
Yeah. So if you take something that you could pretty much reduce into maybe 2 operations, why do 15?
I'll expand.
You could explain it in the 15, but once you start doing the exercise and you're in the practicality aspect, you're not in the theoretical anymore, you don't need that. Anyways, I'm probably not making a lot of sense because you're not seeing what I saw.
You're seeing it from a different perspective as well, Chris. You were probably somebody who saw the formula clearly and understood it clearly, where this is maybe a different way of unlocking the doors to other kids' house.
Maybe.
Like, people's brains would
it's just that, it's just that we can't relate because it's like night and day.
Like, imagine a confused kid has to figure this out. Maybe this is easier for that kid.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah, but then you're putting the advanced kids behind.
No, the advanced kid gets it. He still gets it.
Maybe you have a point.
It's like that. Maybe you have a point. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. There has to be a rational reason. It can be a bad reason.
Let me ask you guys. When your kids were in grade 1, were they learning like calligraphy,
cursive,
whatever the hell it's called?
Towards the end of grade 1, you learn that.
Yeah.
They're doing that now. Like, they're teaching the kids
already.
Yeah,
it's a little too much, I find.
We learned that in what, grade 3, 4, whatever it was.
Grade 2.
I don't know.
I can't. No, it wasn't grade 2.
I remember starting grade 2. I remember that P with a little hook coming out.
I know there's people that have written papers on this saying that
how much of a waste of time it is.
No, I think it's a waste of time, but people disagree with me.
Yeah, does it matter how they write?
There's papers on it that says that it develops the brain and it taps into certain parts of the brain, and I get it.
Dexterity.
But there's other things that could do that. You don't need to learn cursive. No one's going to be writing cursive. Nobody's going to be spelling anything.
Man, give them a joystick and show them a pattern of button.
Like, it's autocorrect. Like, I don't know how to spell anymore.
Yeah, that's bad though. You like
what happens if communication in the future is not writing anymore?
It is.
Well, no, it is not, because you're text messaging and
think about it. So you're learning. Never mind that you're
text
learning.
Messages are reducing our writing. Like, I mean, our words that are this long, we're sending 3 letters.
And I don't want to get into futuristic stuff, what they're doing with the brain and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, I'm almost sure that we're not going to be writing things. It's going to be a different form of communication. So to go back to cursive, which was what cursive was? What was it invented?
To go faster.
To write faster.
Yeah.
So you know what? So if cursive was a technology, right, that was there to ameliorate handwriting. We have technologies now that skip over all that. So why are you going back to learn cursive? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, I don't really mind so much whether it's going to be writing or whether it's going to be typing, but I have an issue with people that get words wrong, that write wrong. Like, that gets under my skin.
People who don't check their shit.
Yeah, no, like, they don't.
You're going to be uncomfortable in the future.
Yeah, no. But when I see, like, you know what? And it's happened very often. And again, I have nothing against teachers over here. They have one of the hardest jobs out there. One of the biggest fears I have is having a teacher teaching my kid like wrong on how to write shit.
Oh, they can't.
I've seen it. Like, they write messages, like letters sent home, and I'm reading it.
Yeah, I know,
and instead of
the curriculum isn't like that. They teach them a curriculum.
Guys, I don't know if I have an issue with that, but I'm reading, and instead of my brain processing what the message is, I'm looking for mistakes, because I know there are.
Yeah.
And it bothers me.
You're missing the point.
I know I'm missing the point, but it's bad. Like, you're a teacher. If you're making a mistake in your official letters that you're sending me, how are you going to teach my kid to write properly?
Next time, acknowledge her message that you understood, and then, by the way, you're a fucking idiot.
Just take a picture, correct it, and send it back to her. Thank you for your message. Here, I just took the liberty of
correcting everything. Yeah.
I just took the liberty of adjusting certain things there for you.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe that's just the way that
we've spoken about this many times, but there's schools are behind. There's a lag. There's an 80-year lag. And you know what? They're going to hit a wall. They're going to hit a wall because, first of all, already, never mind that things are going fast. Things are going faster than ever before.
Yeah.
And the way they're accelerating is that until this whole bureaucratic system kind of evolves, It's going to take some time. And that's where you're going to get different outlets. You're going to get the homeschooling. You're going to get forums. You're going to get online. You're going to get YouTube. You're going to get LinkedIn.
So what's next? We're gonna go back to learning everything, like working at 12 years old.
I don't know, but from what I've read and what I've seen, and like the advocates and proponents of new ways to reform the educational system, like Ken Robbins, guys like he died, by the way. He was really, you guys should look him up.
That sucks.
And it's going to be different outlets. Like already you have Coursera, what is it? Skillshare, Udemy.
Yeah.
First of all, you have a lot of people giving information. Like I'm in engineering, right? And I could YouTube anything. There's seminars, there's lectures, there's detailed explanation of how circuits work. So what you're seeing, maybe what we're going to see as a future model is going to be online courses, a couple of like, like here, read this book,
or here, go on this link and the information is there, kind of
with
thing.
Some mentorship.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, George, you know how to do this? I want to learn.
Look, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind about the advancements in the technology. Like even now, like they're learning like what they call math. It's like place the numbers. It's all online. She goes like it's grabs it, drags it, whatever. That, and I really don't care about that. For me, the basics though, like learning how to spell and write correctly. Like for me,
that's what I'm saying. That's not going to be a basic. It's already not a basic because you have autocorrect, meaning that there's some kind of...
You don't need to flood your brain with that information anymore.
Yeah. Remember with a calculator?
Yeah.
Basics used to be 4 + 4 + 5 + 10. After a point now, you don't have to memorize 1,000 + 4,000 or like, well, that's an easy one. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have a calculator.
All right.
So the brain is basically reserved for other things now. So that's, I think the calculator right now is like, Antidote and spell check and all that is like the calculator for writing.
Right.
So
don't you still need the whole mini society component of schools? That's the one thing you can't replace, right? With these online.
You are gonna look. The teaching is gonna happen online, mentorship, through probably different platforms, but obviously you're going to need to keep the social aspect.
That's it.
Yeah, but that's going to
function in a mini society.
Yeah, but that's going to be through soccer, through sports, through extracurricular. It's going to be like little maybe centers where you bring a Funtropolis. You know what I mean? You're going to find a way to do it.
They're going to do it in activities.
I'm saying it, and even universities. I think universities are the first to go.
Yeah,
I think they're going to.
Adults could teach themselves at home.
Yeah. Like you're still going to keep the elementary schools. Those are going to take a little bit longer. But already university, you could do an online.
No, you're gonna keep elementary school for a long time because parents need to go to work.
Yeah,
that's a guarantee.
But I'm saying like the system is going to change, and you know what? The other thing is, I know a lot of people talk about this, but maybe a lot of people don't know about it. Most education, academia, is based on memory learning, right?
Yeah,
you memorize, you learn. Well, that's going to be.
Well,
pretty useless.
We have a handheld reference for everything.
Yeah, right. It's no longer about knowledge; it's applied knowledge. It's what do you do with the knowledge.
They used to force you to learn everything because you had to have the information fast.
That's right.
And guess what I do? I just carry this.
Of course you do. Or you know what?
Hey Google, how do I do this?
Yeah. And then if you can do that, and Google does it, whether it's Siri, well,
you don't waste your time learning it by heart.
That's right.
Focus on something else.
And when you can emulate a program that could do that for you, well, then you don't need that.
All you have to do is get better at your skills.
Yeah, or the soft skills, interpersonal, different stuff.
But don't you think that is harder to attain when they're so like locked in like a bubble? Like, go online, do this, find the information on your phone. Games, you have to put on a headset and go online, and it's what George was saying. You're losing that social aspect. So how do you even focus on the soft skills?
Oh, the social aspect is going to change, man.
There's going to be more activities outside with groups,
change.
Organized groups by the parents. Let's say.
Or it could be like a big, large TV and you have, 15 mini screens like you see on Zoom.
And they'll wave to each other. I saw Billy. Hey!
We don't know if it's going to be better or worse. It's just, it's unknown.
We're not comfortable because it's different.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
We don't know if it's going to be worse or better.
It can't be like that.
Maybe the human, you know what? Maybe the ultimate communication and the ultimate feeling and rapport is telepathic.
That would be amazing.
No, but you know what I mean? Maybe words, maybe the way we're communicating now is the wrong way. It's primitive.
Yeah.
Well, it will be considered primitive.
Yeah.
I think you're going far there, but imagine that would happen.
I'm going far because I've been the TED Talks on the future messed me up.
Those conversations.
But yeah, man. And you know what? It's simple. Take the time of I think we've said this before, Aristotle, Plato, right?
Yeah.
They knew how to communicate. They had language. They had the alphabet. They had writings. So they were able to take letters, put them together to make words, take words, put them together to make sentences, paragraphs, chapters, books, blah, blah. Okay.
And write really elaborate stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. Really. They were considered the best of their time.
Right? Scholars, man.
Right. Yeah. Even things today, it's like, wow, he's still right.
Of course.
He's wrong on this, but he's still correct on this.
Yeah.
So this is 2,500 years ago, around, roughly.
More.
500 BC, something like that.
Yeah, it's about 2,500 years. Yeah,
about 2,500 years. Our communication today is email or
text messages,
messenger, text message. Try and explain that to Aristotle.
Yeah.
No. It means that
there's a device that can carry words.
There's a satellite that we put up there that's floating around that I send a
signal that transfers words to another person living miles away.
So in reference to that, that's 2,500 years.
Yeah.
Let's say like the rate of technology is constant. So we need another 2,500 years to get to that magnitude. Never mind, it's exponential.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be even sooner.
That's another factor.
Right.
But let's say it's another 2,500 years. That means we cannot fathom the new technology.
What will exist.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying.
He wouldn't be able to fathom
That's
it today.
Yeah.
So you got to think like that. Futurists think like that.
So we're going to be there like in 500 years versus 2,500
Well, 500 years and we don't know what it's going to be. But I'm sure humans are not going to be connecting like this. It's going to be different. Especially now with the brain and how it intercepts. It's like a big antenna.
I remember reading about the cell phone in the person's tooth. This was back in the early 2000s. They were already
in sci-fi,
like a chip in your tooth.
No, they had already tested this. I think that a device that they had planted in someone's tooth.
Okay,
I don't remember how, but it answered itself after a couple.
No, but even sci-fi. Look, I was never a big fan, but they read some kind of scientific book, or they were exposed to some kind of theorems.
They made some predictions.
Yeah, and then them too with their imagination, right? Like Orwell, guys like that. What's the other guy?
Jules Verne.
Yeah. There you go. That's
1800s. The classic space travel.
That's right. The classic case. Jules Verne. Yeah. The other guy who wrote Future Shock. What's his name?
Look it up.
Google knows everything. I don't need to memorize it.
Great book.
Future Shock. I've heard that. Everyone goes, oh yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be like I've read it. Anyway. It's like, you know what? They take the theories and they project, and with the imagination, and it's like, you know what? We'll get there. Yeah. Because someone imagined it.
Yeah.
Alvin Toffler.
Toffler. That's it. Thank you.
Interesting. Makes you want to live longer.
So
just to see.
All I'm saying that if you're in the mindset of a future paradigm and you live there, like guys like Pierre Diamandis, guys like Elon Musk, guys like that, Ben Goertzel, and you tell these guys, my daughter's learning cursive. Dude,
I can bring her to the 21st century.
No, like, you know what I mean? They're not gonna react like you and I. They're gonna be like, because they're ahead. They're part of the pioneers that bring the future.
Right.
But we're the ones that are trying to keep the past.
Yeah.
Cursive is useless, guys.
But but that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, why does it seem?
I know there's teachers disagreeing with me right now, and it's fine.
My initial thought was, does it really matter whether they write cursive or not? Like at the end of the day, let's just get the kids to learn how to write. Like
let them write cleanly.
But I support proper writing.
Yeah.
But wait, what do you think? What do you think is more beneficial to the kid?
Yeah.
Learning how to write or learning how to type?
Right now, it's typing.
Yeah, it is typing, but they don't know the alphabet. They don't know how to put words together. So at some point, they need to first learn how to.
Doesn't matter. The alphabet is the alphabet.
Yeah.
Aristotle had the alphabet, and your email has the alphabet.
Yeah. It's combining letters.
You're combining letters. You don't need to write.
Yeah. But regardless, that we're talking about, functionality here. I'm talking about
look the same brains that he's mentioning that. Aristotle and so like they wrote with stones.
I don't care how they write.
There was nobody going like this.
Yeah, okay. I don't care about it.
And they wrote well.
The point I'm trying to make is I don't care how they write, whether it's cursive or
you want the basics,
typing,
you want the
or whatever.
alphabet.
Like I want you to know that this is how you write properly. Like, this is how you make a proper sentence. That's like, I don't care. And even if in the future you have the software that's going to correct it for you,
I would skip it.
Like,
unless if I was a writer, maybe. But like the way I see me, it's like in the future, it's like, let's say I'm writing a book. It's like, this and that. Yeah. Auto check and send.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, man. You know that you could talk into a device right now and it spells the whole thing for you.
Okay. But what about the syntax? What about everything else?
No. Hey. It's correct. It's autocorrect it, please. You don't think we're there?
It's not about autocorrect. Fix my words that I typed wrong or that I wrote wrong. It's structuring your thought and putting it down. You don't think that's?
Look at the difference. You say your thing and misses the context. You have to correct one word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look, you're right. If you're a writer, if you're a poet, if poets still exist, but if you're in that kind of job, I get it.
But it's not only being a poet or a writer. It's about being an effective communicator.
And so you think that using more vocabulary and better syntax will make you a more effective communicator if the other person on the other side?
Well, it's more about spelling errors.
You know what? Most of the time, writing good letters that are good with syntax and good with vocabulary are more misleading because people don't understand them.
Yeah.
So who's at fault? The person that understands how to write effectively, or the other guy that's a dumbass?
I'm just saying,
it's not a fault. It's just different.
The only people that write effectively and read effectively today are not even writers and poets. It's lawyers. Because they need to.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone else doesn't write right.
No, I don't think
doesn't write properly.
Yeah, the meaning of words have changed.
Yeah. I'm just saying we're moving on. We're moving on to that. It used to be important. It's not. And I know there's a lot of people.
I mean, look, that's where I come from, guys. That's my background, right? I mean, for me, it's PR, it's public speaking, it's all that stuff. And it's like you can't just come out and say, I don't know, whatever. My dog went to the park. Like at some point, you need to develop your vocabulary.
Donald Trump won his campaign on Twitter, misspelling and writing things.
Like
and
people say, I went at Cuba.
I went at Cuba. Yeah, but you find one bad apple, like one bad example, man. But at the end of the day, I don't know.
Maybe we're gonna realize that. Yeah, maybe it doesn't work and come back to it. But as it stands right now, people don't even see the value.
Jordan Peterson even says, the most effective thing you can do for your life is to learn how to speak effectively, to be a good communicator.
Yeah. To be a good leader. Yeah, absolutely. But you can speak effectively and not know how to write.
I don't know about that. How?
No?
Can you?
I think so.
I don't know. I think one comes with the other. No, don't they?
I know eloquent, successful speakers that are dyslexic. That don't know how to write, that can't spell.
Oh yeah,
you know them too.
Yeah.
Look at the greats. Study the greats like Churchill and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna get perfect spelling, perfect. No. You're not getting that. Speaking comes from another emotion.
Yeah.
There has to be some science, something written down on this. There has to be some study on this.
Yeah. Well, if you look at guys like Gandhi that led without even speaking, there's that too.
What do you mean he didn't speak? Sure, he spoke.
Yeah, but very little.
No, man. Yeah. He spoke a lot. He wrote a lot.
He did?
Sure, he did.
Yeah? Okay. I thought he didn't.
Sure, he did.
Let's fact check.
That's too much.
He spoke less than Martin Luther King.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, he didn't have big speeches.
Gandhi.
Yeah, it wasn't like the Churchill or Castro who spoke for 8 hours saying nothing, brainwashing people.
Oh, my God.
For 8 hours, just talking.
An 8-hour speech.
No, it was more than that.
What's the longest Castro speech?
I don't know, but when you're talking,
keep them there for 20 hours a day, just sitting there staring at him while he's saying,
that's not good speeches. That's brainwash.
Yeah.
If you need that long to say something, you're saying nothing.
You're saying something that's not.
Yeah, you're saying absolutely nothing. Now, the guys that I like is the guys that say few sentences.
They make a lot of sense.
Mean a lot,
Yeah. Hey, I feel like we've gone down a huge rabbit hole.
We did.
Let's end it over here. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if this was your first time, head on over to YouTube, subscribe, share also our content if you think there's value in this and that you want to share with other dads or other moms or anyone. They don't have to be a dad or a mom. Follow us and subscribe to all the audio platforms. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Take care.
Yeah, that was a rabbit hole. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. George was upset about the spell. It's a conversation I've heard from parents for years. You're always gonna have some teachers who can't spell.
How do we get rid of this?
You are gonna have.
I mean, if the kids like them and they have other qualities.
And I guess I'm serious. It's like spelling won't be important.
No, there's already not.
Already,
and you know which language is getting it hard is French. There's so many things. French has been
no, but
like